All right, so we take a look at McTelvin Agim, the Arkansas defensive tackle, who the Broncos selected in the third round. He was a 95th overall pick, and you remember the Broncos had 3 selections in the third round. He was the final selection, so 3 of 3 there in the third round. McTelvin Agim, 6'3", 309. His last name's pronounced Agim, although it's spelled A-G-I-M. He led the Razorbacks with 8.5 tackles for a loss. He had 5 sacks playing from the inside, which also led the team. And the interesting note on him that only one season as a full-time starter as a defensive tackle. He used to be a D-end, put on a bunch of weight, played D-tackle his final year at Arkansas. The Broncos take him in the third round. We went back and watched him, Arkansas at Kentucky.
Good football game.
You know,
Kentucky comes back and wins that thing after being down, 10-0 early, and so it ended up being a really good football game, fun football game to watch. When I look at this guy, McTelvin Agim, look, when they play 4 down, when Arkansas was playing 4 down lineman, now the Broncos play 3 down. They play the 3-4, not the 4-3. But when Arkansas, they played a little bit of both throughout the game. When they played the 4 down, he was playing the defensive tackle, so he was lining up right over the guard. When they went to 3 down, sometimes in passing situations, they'd go to 3 down lineman, bring in another linebacker or safety. He would go to the nose tackle position where we saw Mike Purcell this past year. So I think right away I look at him and he's very versatile. And like you said, last year, he played defensive end. This year he put on more weight, and they put him at the defensive tackle spot. So in the 3-4 scheme, I think you can see this guy line up over the center where Mike Purcell plays, or he could play the defensive end spot and kind of line up over the in between the guard / tackle of the offensive line. So I think he could do both for you. Play the Derek Wolfe position, or he could play the Mike Purcell position. Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
So versatility there between this guy. Very, very athletic for being a big guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. He is a good athlete. There's no doubt about it. He ran a 4.98 at the combine.
And give me his size again, 6'3",
6'3", 309.
Okay, yeah,
but
good size. So he can hold up in the trenches.
Yeah, he does. It looks like, he doesn't come off as some like incredibly powerful player.
Right.
I didn't really see that. The sack that he had, and I think he finished with another half sack maybe, but the sack that he had that was all him was a nice looking move. It looked like he ripped and beat the guard to the outside and got to the quarterback, and it was a terrific play.
It was.
But on a down to down basis, I'll say this: if I'm being critical, and I am here a little bit, on a down to down basis, did I feel him? On a regular basis, it was a good game, but I don't know if we should be expecting to come in and be a contributor in his first year.
Yeah, as well said. And I got my notes here, and I says sometimes he has trouble finding the ball. He gets engaged with offensive linemen and doesn't see where the ball is. But also at the very end, I got a couple other things, but at the very end, I said overall I think he's more suitable for the NFL game over the college game.
Interesting.
And you watch the college game, and you watch how much zone read they're running. You watch option that Kentucky was running with their quarterback. You watch the different types of schemes that they have in play there, and it's totally different than the NFL. Now, you'll play certain teams that run some of that stuff, but the college game is so different, it's hard to evaluate these guys. And I think this guy will be better suited for the NFL style of play. Like you said, on that play, it was 3rd down. Kentucky was in the red zone, and they lined him up right over the outside shoulder of the right guard, and he got off the ball. It was a passing situation. He knew Kentucky was passing, so thinking the NFL is 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7, something like that, and he's pinning his ears back. And you're right, man. He got off the football. He ripped that shoulder through and beat that guy so quick the quarterback was down in 2 seconds. So I think, and I'm hoping that his game translates to the NFL a little bit better than it does in the college game, and especially playing teams like a Kentucky who at that time was playing a wide receiver at the quarterback position. They were down quarterbacks left and right, and this was this guy's first start playing quarterback.
And he took off and ran about
Yeah.
It felt like twice as much as he threw the football.
And he continued to do it, and he was tough to bring down all year long. I mean, the guy ended up being a really good player for him. So you just look at the college style of play, and I just think that this guy his game might translate better to the NFL. He had another nice play at the goal line. He actually, he saw the ball, shedded the offensive lineman, and made the play for a couple yard loss there. So there was some good stuff there. There were some things that, like you said, Zach, and I saw it. Look, he got engaged with offensive linemen and just never saw the ball. So there's some technique stuff that he has to work on, but I think he does have potential, and he has versatility, which is always a plus. And I do really think that his game will translate better in the NFL than it did in college.
Well, that's pretty encouraging for me to hear. And by the way, I did see some of that stuff, like not seeing the ball. There was one particular play, like right in the middle of the field, where Agim does a great job with his get off, and he's in the backfield more than anybody else, and the ball is literally running right by him. He just doesn't see it. But I like your takeaway that the college tape isn't the end all be all. There's a lot of other factors at play here: the style of play, the spread nature of it.
Running these zone reads, running the options, and all these different things that they run. I mean, for defensive linemen, wears you out. First of all, he would play he'd play 2 series in a row, then he'd take like 2 series off because I'm sure they're rotating those guys, trying to keep them fresh. But all these different option plays, zone read, reverses, jet sweeps. I mean, half the time they're just running outside so much that he's just in the middle, and he's not chasing those plays down. So I do believe that it'll translate better to the NFL, and hopefully that's the case.